Hello everyone, this is Joel Davis with the United Medical Transportation Providers Group, and you are thebroker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. First, let me congratulate all of our new licensees, and let me also thank everybody who has been in touch and corresponding with Amelia. If you are an active licensee, please make sure you confirm with Amelia if you're going to be joining us for our July seminar in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. Even if you're not able to make it, and I know there are many of you who can't make it because it's rather short notice and you have prior obligations, please confirm that as well. Respond to her emails just so we have proper head count. We have narrowed the event down to 3 different venues. Again, we're going to have a great opportunity. We're going to do a Friday night meet and greet, which is always an awesome opportunity for all the attendees to meet each other, to network and introduce each other, and then the event will be on Saturday. Now, many of you have sent some great questions to Amelia. So what I typically do with questions, I like to consolidate them the best I can so I can put a video together. It's easiest for you guys as well as for me. So Bob asked, why is Joel down on the NEMT industry? Let me be abundantly clear. I most certainly am not down on the NEMT industry. I'm not down, I'm just smart. The NEMT industry is a great opportunity. It's going to, as we all know, the industry is going to double by the year 2030. The demand is there. The problem is for many business owners, many NEMT business owners, and many EMS business owners, is their business models themselves are flawed. They are exceptionally vulnerable. So it's not that I'm down on the industry. I'm down on specific individual business models. They are exceptionally flawed. They are exceptionally vulnerable. So as a whole, and this is one reason why I absolutely love and appreciate everything I've been afforded in the NEMT industry, is that in working with so many different providers across the country, I really have gained and continue to gain a macro perspective. So I have an excellent exposure to macro trends of what's happening all over the country. We all know the NEMT industry as a whole is very fragmented. It's very diverse by region, by state, even by county in a lot of the deregulated states. So with that being said, in working with so many different providers around the country, I really have a great opportunity to gain a macro perspective, a very unique perspective that has served me very well in helping other individual providers when I'm working with you one-on-one. So again, let me be clear. I'm not down on the NEMT industry. I am down on individual businesses, and many NEMT providers should seriously be considering at this point in time selling their business because they are exceptionally vulnerable. They're, for lack of better terms, honestly, they're not true NEMT providers. Realistically, they're nothing more than taxi services. And one thing I'm going to go over in detail at the upcoming seminar is I want to discuss in detail the different levels. There's 5 different levels that I've outlined specifically regarding contracts. There's a lot of different types of contracts that people can have, and not all contracts are equal. These contracts have varying weights. So when it comes time to sell your business, we evaluate the strength of each one of those contracts. And at the upcoming seminar in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia, I'm going to be outlining those different levels for those contracts. Because again, as I mentioned in the previous video, now is an ideal time for many of you to sell your businesses. If you do not have a strong business model and you're vulnerable, now is the time to sell, because 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, your business is going to be relatively obsolete. So now, with that being said, if some people are in the position to sell their business, that means other stronger businesses, other stronger NEMT providers have a great opportunity to pick up some good businesses at a rock bottom price. So, and again, I want to make sure that we allocate some time at our seminar in July where we specifically talk about buying and selling your business. Not that I'm saying, hey, if you own an NEMT business, go sell your business now. No. Again, it's not that Joel Davis is down on the industry. I'm down on specific businesses. And if you have a vulnerable, very vulnerable business, you need to seriously start considering selling sooner rather than later, because the longer you wait, the more your business is going to depreciate and be of less value. Some more things, real quick. When it comes to the broker business, you absolutely absolutely have to turn off your NEMT channel. The broker business is completely different than the NEMT. I've talked about this several times in previous videos, but again, let me reiterate. The broker business itself, the entire concept was spawned from a NEMT provider who I worked with years ago to get him started in his NEMT business. And then he really just fell into a moving business. And when I was helping him to ensure profitability for both these businesses and how to make it feasible for him to operate both at the same time, that's when I saw the amount of revenue he was generating, and it instantaneously spurred my interest. So then I realized that there is an opportunity here, but in order for me, for Joel Davis to personally maximize this opportunity, scale it. Keyword, scaling it. Scaling is absolutely a key word for any business. In order for Joel Davis, I recognize the opportunity, but in order for me to scale the business and make money with it, and not only make money with it in such a complementary way that it is a complement to my existing lifestyle and everything else that I'm involved in, I knew I had to change the business model. So that's when, in the first few years, from late 2011 through 2012 and 13 and 14, that's really when the business model was being developed and cultivated. And then if you were to look at my growth from 14, 15, 16, and into last year, 2017, it's just been an absolute upward trajectory with higher profit margin, higher earnings. And again, that's something that I'm going to continue to share with you at the upcoming seminar. So with that being said, you have to understand, because the NEMT industry is completely separate from the broker business, you have a completely different niche market. My broker business operates in 5 states. The reason why we're able to operate in 5 states is because we have a broad and diverse market, where the NEMT is much more of a niche market. The broker business is a very broad, and again, one thing that I share with you in our training material is 5 key sources of revenue that we are using right now to continue to build and grow our broker business. Again, another thing I always touched upon is that where your NEMT business is much more of a community-based venture, the broker business, you can operate anywhere. I mean, obviously, if I'm operating in 5 states, I have great freedom and flexibility. So we have a very sound, strategic business model. And again, this was one thing that really appealed to our team of attorneys that came on board with us and help us further shape what we're doing in presenting this as a licensing opportunity to different experienced business owners across the country. Which gives me the opportunity to quickly reiterate that at the end of June, when this secret launch ends, that's when everything is going to shift and change. Our websites will be completely different. They're going to be geared towards a lot of the franchisees and different business owners around the country who I am not directly affiliated with. Again, at the beginning of July, that's when we go into our exclusive launch. That's where the price goes up. That's where the exclusive launch is going to be geared towards the preferred network that is serviced by a lot of my legal team, a lot of our attorneys who come from that franchise background. And then later this year in November, that's when we do our quote-unquote public launch, where we'll be all across the social media platforms, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Google, things of that nature. The biggest takeaway, the key thing is that in summarizing these questions, am I down on the NEMT industry? No, I'm not down the NEMT industry. I'm just smart about the NEMT industry. Technology is changing. Rideshare is devouring large portions of the NEMT and EMS markets. It's a fact. So that's why I always encourage people to be heavily invested into the wheelchair and the stretcher gurney transports versus the ambulatory. I could share plenty of emails with you, where people have said that the rideshare services are killing my business, both taxi services and NEMT. Now, if it's killing the taxi services, for you as an NEMT provider to acknowledge that rideshare is killing your service, that is an instant indication that you are too heavily invested into ambulatory transport, making you essentially a taxi service. So In addition to the rideshare services, again, many of these states, cities, and municipalities are adapting the similar rideshare technologies and models to further cater and answer the demand, the growing demand of a lot of the transportation issues they have in their areas. So again, always look long term. What are the trends? What are happening? Consider what is going on with the NEMT, and consider how, as a broker, the larger market that you have to develop multiple sources of revenue over a larger region, over a much larger client base, and again, you are leveraging technology. In the NEMT industry, where in some instances technology is hurting us because it's allowing rideshare services and municipalities to devour portions of our revenue and market, in our broker business, it's just the opposite. We are leveraging technology. We are leveraging the changes in our economy itself, where we are transitioning to more and more of a contractor-based workforce. So we are leveraging all of these key elements. That's why, again, my revenue has continued to increase every single year, but it has definitely started to take off in the year of 2014. And obviously, I fully anticipate further growth in the future, which again, all of these key elements are things that we are going to discuss in great detail at the upcoming seminar in July in the great city of Hotlanta. So another key question a lot of NEMT providers have been asking us, do I need to be a licensee to attend the seminar? Yes, you need to be an active broker, have a licensing agreement signed to attend the upcoming seminar. And the reason is simple. If you attend the seminar and you're not an active licensee, well, then half the seminar is of little to no value to you, because again, at the upcoming seminar, I want to discuss in detail your NEMT business and your broker business. How do you build, grow, and cultivate both of them at the same time? Understanding that they are two completely different business models with two completely niche markets. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would I want to further overwhelm myself in building two businesses versus one? Well, I would encourage you to, again, always think big. How do other people do it? How do other people build empires? I mean, if you want to build a business where you have to work hard every day and you are essentially building a job, that, in my opinion, is thinking small. Can you make some money? Absolutely. But in my opinion, that's thinking small. If you want to build an empire, have a very strong foundation, very strong and diverse sources of revenue that are going to continue to grow, then you need to build an effective team with an effective business model. This is exactly what I'm going to show you in great detail at our July seminar. If you want to build an empire, if you want to be exceptionally successful in the NEMT and the broker business, then you definitely want to be in attendance in July. So please respond to Amelia's emails. For some reason, some of you are not responding. So if you're on vacation, you get back from vacation. If you haven't accessed your emails, make sure you access your emails as soon as possible so we have an accurate count of who's coming and how many, because I am going to show you in detail how to further grow and expand your personal empire so money will never, not ever, ever, ever be an issue for you. So you do not have to worry about market trends coming forth. You are going to build a deeply entrenched and deeply rooted business that is going to make you money, not 5 days a week, not 6 days a week, 7 days a week around the clock. So make sure you are in attendance, because when you do, I'll see you at the top.